Almost there. 100 subscribers. I know in the YouTube world this means less than nothing, but I'm still very happy about it. Thank you guys. Today, let us use the Mixer Brush tool to create a cool 3D line typography. First, let's use this silly selfie as a background, because this photo was shot in RAW format using a Sony camera. Photoshop will open this RAW format image in Camera Raw by default. I highly recommend you try some Camera Raw presets in Photoshop. I chose one of the black and white presets for this one. Then, to create such a 3D line effect, you will need to define a gradient color in a circular. Create a new layer, and then use the elliptical marquee tool to make a circular selection. Then use the gradient tool to fill it with a gradient color. After that, you can go to the brush tool in the toolbar and then select the Mixer Brush tool. First, make sure the size of the brush is a little bit bigger than the circular color. Then the key point here is that you first need to hold the Option key if it's a Mac, or Alt key if it's PC, and click on that gradient circular to define the style of the brush. Now you can see that the option bar of the Mixer Brush tool will define the brush style as the gradient circular you made earlier. As the brush style I choose to use here is Dry Light Load. At this time, you can try to brush around to check the effect of the 3D line. What I want is to draw a number 100. I only use a touchpad at this moment. Without a tablet, it will be very difficult to get there. So here I need to use the pen tool plus stroke path function to get that results. First, use a pen tool that you are familiar with and draw a curve you want. Create a new layer to be ready for the stroke. Then you can find Paths panel next to the layers, right-click the path, and then click the stroke path. Select the Mixer Brush tool and click OK. Photoshop will use the Mixer Brush tool to draw the lines you want based on the paths you draw. Then let's continue adjusting the position of the lines and delete the excess path layer. The next thing I want to do is make this line intersperse and wrap around in front of me. Here I create a new layer mask for this line in the Layers panel and then use white and black to mask this line. If you are new to layer masks, you can watch this video. At this time, the effect of the entire image still looks relatively stiff. I then continued by adding a noise effect to the background image and line layers, as well as adding a layer style of outer glow to make the lines look shiny. Finally, in order to make this line look more dynamic, I need to make some blur effects on the two ends of the line. At this time, we can use the field blur in the blur gallery. Using this tool, you can set multiple spots on the image and then set the blur level for each area individually. Like here, I set the blur level in the middle of the line to 0 and set the blur level on both sides to a relatively high level so that the two ends of the line will be blurred and the entire line will look more dynamic. In the end, please allow me to show off once again that I have reached 100 subscribers. Thank you all for watching. If you still want to see any fun Photoshop effects, please leave a message in the comment. I'll keep uploading.